ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ ውድ የ ዄ-ኢትዮጵያ ቤተሰቦቻችን እንደምን ቆያችሁን? በዛሬው ፕሮግራማችን ዘላችሁ የመጣ ነው የአሜሪካ የአፍሪካ ቀንድ ልዩ ልዑክ ማይክ ሐመር በሎስ አንጀለስ ከሚገኙ የኢትዮ አሜሪካ ማህበረሰብ አባላት ጋር ሊነጋገሩ በመሆኑ ማይክ ሐመር ማን ናቸው? ስለ ኢትዮጵያስ ምን አይነት አቋም ነው ያላቸው የሚለውን ነው ይዘንላችሁ የመጣ ነው። አብራችሁን ቆዩ።
Yeah, no, of course, and rest assured, President Biden, his administration, the work that I'm doing here is in fact to address and help end human rights violations, whether they happen in Amhara, in Tigray, in Afar. We are very mindful that wherever atrocities are committed and the crimes that you've described against innocent civilians, there must be accountability. And you know that we support efforts both by the Ethiopian government and others to achieve that accountability. There should be justice. But what is really important now is that we focus on efforts to try to get the parties to stop fighting.
የአሜሪካ የአፍሪካ ቀንድ ልዩ ልዑክ ማይክ ሐመር በሎስ አንጀለስ ከሚገኙ የኢትዮ አሜሪካ ማህበረሰብ አባላት ጋር ሊነጋገሩ ነው። ልዩ ልዑኩ በሎስ አንጀለስ ቆይታቸው የአማራ፣ የኦሮሞ፣ የሶማሌና የትግራይ ማህበረሰብ ተወካዮችን እንደሚያነጋግሩ የአሜሪካ የውጭ ጉዳይ መስሪያ ቤት ትላንት ሮብ ባወጣው መግለጫ አስታውቋል።
This last trip was very much focused on trying to get the parties, the Tigrayan Regional Authority and the government of Ethiopia to stop fighting and to accept and participate under an AU-led process of peace talks, as it is our firm belief, and one that has been stated by the parties, that there is no military solution to the conflict. The Ethiopian people have suffered too much already, and it is critically important that the parties participate, again, in a robust African-led process. There may be questions on how that is shaping up, but my diplomatic engagement was very much focused on trying to see what we could do to advance the African Union-led efforts. And specifically, while I was in Addis, I had the opportunity to engage with the senior-most levels of the Ethiopian government, to listen to their issues of concern, to try to work with the government in terms of how we could advance peace talks, and likewise was able to engage with the Tigrayan Regional Authority representatives to try to, again, urge that there be a cessation of hostilities and certainly that they go to peace talks right away.
ማይክ ሐመር ከትላንት ሮብ ጀምሮ ለ9 ቀናት በሎስ አንጀለስ ካሊፎርኒያ በሚያደርጉት ቆይታ የሰሜን ኢትዮጵያ ጦርነት እንዲያበቃ ያደረገውን የደቡብ አፍሪካ የግጭት ማቆም ስምምነትን ጨምሮ በኢትዮጵያ ስላሉ ወቅታዊ ጉዳዮች እንደሚወያዩ የአሜሪካ ውጭ ጉዳይ መስሪያ ቤት ገልጿል። የአፍሪካ ቀንድ ልዩ ልዑክ ከአሜሪካ ኢትዮጵያውያን ጋር በሎስ አንጀለስ ከተማ የሚያደርጉት ውይይት ሰላምን በማስፈንና የሴቶችን አቅም በማጎልበት የሚያተኩር ነው ተብሏል።
I should be clear that U.S. policy, as you probably are well aware, is that the United States is committed to the unity, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of Ethiopia. And our sole objectives are to seek peace and to provide humanitarian assistance to all Ethiopians in need, including those suffering from a very severe drought.
ዩናይትድ ውመን ኦፍ ዘ ሆርን በተባለ የሲቪክ ድርጅት የተዘጋጀው ይህ ውይይት የሚካሄደው 500 የሚጠጉ ሰዎችን ማስተናገድ በሚችለው በቦብ ሆፕ ፓትሪዮቲክ አዳራሽ ነው። የውይይቱ አዘጋጅ ሆኖ ድርጅት በምስራቅ አፍሪካ የዲያስፖራ ሴቶች ጥምረት የተቋቋመ መሆኑን በድረገጹ አስፍሯል። ሰላማዊ፣ ፍትሃዊና የተባበረ የአፍሪካ ቀንድ እንዲኖር ስራዎችን የማከናወን ዓላማ እንዳለው የሚገልጸው ይህ ድርጅት ኢትዮጵያን የተመለከተ ውይይት ሲያዘጋጅ ያሁኑ የመጀመሪያው አይደለም።
It's not so much a matter of leverage that the United States brings. I think what we have seen, given our historic relationship and strategic partnership with Ethiopia, there's pretty much a very good understanding that we can be an honest broker, that we can help the parties come together in a support role of the African Union. You may have seen that President Obasanjo on August 4th, after a meeting, made clear that the AU-led process would be accompanied by other partners, international partners, including the United States. He mentioned the EU, he mentioned EGAD, as well as the UN. So I think that what is important here is that the parties recognize that the United States is trying to serve their best interests, the best interests of Ethiopia, which is, again, to begin a process that allows them, through dialogue, to resolve outstanding, complex, and difficult political issues, that the fighting is not going to yield victory for either side, and that, therefore, the focus needs to be on stopping the fighting, ensuring humanitarian assistance delivery, looking at restoration of services, and then, of course, looking to see how those tough political questions that only Ethiopians can decide are addressed through dialogue.
በኢትዮጵያና በአፍሪካ ቀንድ የሰላም ግንባታ ላይ ሴቶች የሚኖራቸውን ሚና በተመለከተ ባለፈው መስከረም ወር መጨረሻ ባዘጋጁት ውይይት ላይ የኢትዮጵያ፣ የኤርትራና የሶማሊያ ጋዜጠኞች፣ አክቲቪስቶችና የሰብአዊ መብት ተሟጋቾችን በመጋበዝ ሐሳባቸውን እንዲያካፍሉ አድርገዋል። በወቅቱ በኬንያ ናይሮቢ ይገኙ የነበሩት ማይክ በዚህ ውይይት ላይ በመሳተፍ ሀገራቸው በኢትዮጵያ ሰላም ለማስፈን እያደረገችው ስላለች ጥረትና ስለ ውጭ ጉዳይ ፖሊሲዋ ገለጻ አድርገው ነበር።
Troop movements across the border, they are extremely concerning, and we condemn it. All external foreign actors should respect Ethiopia's territorial integrity and avoid fueling the conflict. We couldn't be any clearer. We've said this repeatedly. We will encourage those that might be able to communicate directly with Asmara that this is of extreme concern and must stop. I'm not going to lean forward in terms of other measures that we might be able to undertake, but really this is a conflict from which Ethiopians, Tigrayans, Afars, Amharans have suffered greatly. And the presence of Eritrean troops in Ethiopia only serves to complicate matters and to inflame an already tragic situation.
አምባሳደር ሐመር በአሁኑ የሎስ አንጀለስ ቆይታቸው ከከተማይቱ ከንቲባ ካረን ባስ ጋር ውይይት እንደሚያደርጉ ተገልጿል። የኮንግረስ አባል በነበሩበት ወቅት ኢትዮጵያን በተመለከተ በሚያራምዷቸው ጠንካራ አቋማቸው ይታወቁ የነበሩት ካረን ባስ የመጀመሪያዋ የሎስ አንጀለስ ሴት ከንቲባ ሆነው የተመረጡት ባለፈው ህዳር ወር ላይ ነበረ።
Statements from the Ethiopian government repeating and reiterating their prior position that they're ready to go to talks anywhere, anytime. And we're taking both at their word, in the sense that they are committed to trying to find a peaceful resolution. Of course, the continuing escalation of violence is extremely concerning, and we urge them to stop fighting and get to talks.
በአሜሪካ ኮንግረስ የአፍሪካን ጉዳይ የሚመለከተው ንዑስ ኮሚቴ በሊቀመንበርነት ይመሩት የነበሩት ባስ በሐምሌ 2013 ከኢትዮጵያውያን ዲያስፖራ አባላት ጋር በተገናኙበት ወቅት የሰሜን ኢትዮጵያን ጦርነት ለማስቆም አሜሪካ ጦሯን ለምን እንደማትልክ ጥያቄ እንደቀረበላቸው መናገራቸውን ተከትሎ በወቅቱ መነጋገሪያ ሆነው ነበር። አሜሪካ ጦሯን ወደ ኢትዮጵያ መላኳን ማየት እንደማይፈልጉና ተገቢ ነው ብለው እንደማያምኑ መግለጻቸው በበርካታ ኢትዮጵያውያን ድጋፍ እንዳስገኘላቸው ይታወሳል። የሰሜን ኢትዮጵያ ጦርነት በሰላም ድርድር እንዲፈታ ቁልፍ ሚና እንደተጫወቱ የሚነገርላቸው አምባሳደር ማይክ ከ2 ሳምንት በፊት በአዲስ አበባ ነበሩ። የአሜሪካ የአፍሪካ ቀንድ ልዩ ልዑክ ሆነው ባለፈው ዓመት ግንቦት ወር ከተሾሙ በኋላ በተደጋጋሚ ወደ አዲስ አበባ የተመላለሱት በሚያዝያ አጋማሽ የኢትዮጵያ ቆይታቸው ከምክትል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትርና ውጭ ጉዳይ ሚኒስትር ደመቀ መኮንን ጋር ተገናኝተው ተነጋግረዋል።
You know, it's hard at the end of the day to determine what the true intent of the parties are, but we have to take them at their word when they're saying that they are committed to trying to find a peaceful resolution to this. And we are realists as well. All that we can do as the United States is working with our international partners, with the African Union, to provide a vehicle for them to be able to address these issues. The two parties know themselves extremely well. These issues are hard, but shouldn't require war. And I will keep trying. It's my mandate to do so from the Secretary of State, from the White House, to do everything we can in our diplomatic arsenal to try to make this possible.
ማይክ ሐመር የሰሜን ኢትዮጵያ ጦርነት እንዲያበቃ አስተዋጽኦ ላበረከቱት አካላት በተዘጋጀ የሽልማትና የእውቅና መርሃ ግብር ላይ ተገኝተው ከጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር አብይ አህመድ እጅ ሽልማት ተበርክቶላቸዋል። ከሽልማቱ ስነ ስርዓት በኋላ ወደ መቀሌ በመጓዝም የትግራይ ክልል ጊዜያዊ አስተዳደር ርዕሰ መስተዳድር ከሆኑት ጌታቸው ረዳና ምክትላቸው ሌተናንት ጀነራል ታደሰ ወረደ ጋር ተገናኝተው ተወያይተዋል። ውድ አድማጮቻችን ስለተከታተላችሁ እናመሰግናለን። ይህን የመሳሰሉ መረጃዎች ማግኘት ከፈለጉ ዋን ኢትዮጵያን ላይክ፣ ሼር፣ ሰብስክራይብ ማድረግ አይርሱ። ፈጣሪ ኢትዮጵያና ልጆቿን ይባርክ። ደህና ይሰንብቱ።